Good morning, Francis. Good morning, classmates. Please sit back and enjoy the report from our group. Kultura. Cultural awareness. Here are the list of Filipino values and beliefs. First is family-oriented. Filipino parents make their children aware about the importance of family, respect to each member of their main family, and to their extended family as well. This leads to a strong family tie. Hospitable. Filipinos are considered friendly and very welcoming to their guests. They treat their visitors with warmth and generosity. Support the preservation of historical places. Those historical places are considered important because they provide the Filipino people a sense of identity. Cultivate and maintain social harmony/give importance to social approval and belongingness to a group. Continuously maintain and develop relationship within the community. An example of this is a celebration of festivities. We consider what others think, and this usually influences our actions on social activity or interactions. Both gender are considered responsible for their family and in their society. Women are expected to be caring and nurturing, while men are expected to be the primary source of income or financial support for their family. Filipinos are religious. Philippines is the third largest Catholic country in the world. Cultural knowledge. Cultural knowledge is the process of seeking and obtaining a sound educational foundation about diverse cultural and ethnic groups. In obtaining this knowledge base, the healthcare provider must focus on the integration of three specific issues: health-related beliefs and cultural values, disease incidence and prevalence, and treatment efficacy by Levisomary, 1996. Cultural knowledge is also an awareness about the way of life of a group of people, including their beliefs, values, ideas, language, communication and norms, which are expressed in the forms of art, music, customs, clothing and etiquette. Now we are going to discuss the culture of Orthodox Jews. Orthodox Jews follow Gentiles and Jewish law. Judaism has always held that people who are not Jews are obliged only to follow the 7 Noahide laws. These are laws that the oral law derives from the covenant God made with Noah after the flood, which apply to all descendants of Noah, that is, all living people. The Noahide laws are derived in the Talmud tractate Sanhedrin 57a, and are listed here. Murder is forbidden. Theft is forbidden. Sexual immorality is forbidden. Eating flesh cut from a still living animal is forbidden. Belief in and worship of, or prayer to, idols is forbidden. Blaspheming against God is forbidden. Society must establish a fair system of legal justice to administer law honestly. The details of these laws are codified from the Talmudic texts in the Mishneh Torah. They can be found mainly in chapters 9 and 10 of Hilchot Melachim Milhamithim and Sefer Shoftim, the 14th book of the Mishneh Torah. The Jewish people are first and foremost family-oriented in the sense that the family has a significant role in a person's totality. Judaism regards family as a carrier of tradition and the agent for perpetuation of their people. Most and more important lessons learned by a child are not taught in the sense that personal lessons were learned by observing own family's way of life. Parents instructed children through personal example and not merely by words. The role of the Jewish family in education of their children is remarkably important. Marital union is closely parallel to relationship between human beings and God. Scenario of Mr. X. Elderly patient with dementia. Religious belief, Orthodox Jew. With strong family relationship. Physical assessment, weak and pale but is hesitant to be fed. Emotional and social. Prior to admission, he was increasingly aggressive and was very challenging to manage. Initially, he was uncommunicative and was placid until he became strong-willed in terms making decisions pertaining to his care. Family was considered to be the head of the family. Disagreement between children on the way he will be taken care of. His daughters wanted him to die naturally whilst his sons want to preserve his life as a way of paying respect to the Jewish culture. Plan of care for Mr. X. Physical aspect. Goal of care. To maintain comfort, to respect and preserve his own beliefs and practices. Micah is being provided with different sources of nutrition that are according to the Jewish tradition. In Jewish tradition, Jews are required to eat only kosher food. This means that while all fruit, vegetables and grains are permitted, only certain meat, fish and poultry are permitted. All food needs to be manufactured and prepared under rabbinical supervision in order to be satisfied that no prohibited ingredients have been used. He is being given choices and his preferences must be always respected. Micah should be provided with safe and comfortable milieu due to his physical condition. Spiritual aspect. Micah is an Orthodox Jew. His faith is an essential part of his life and identity. Goal of care, to maintain and respect his spiritual beliefs and rituals. Plan of care. Micah's spiritual needs should be recognized and responded appropriately. Micah should be observed to identify the clues that may be indicative that he needs other support from a Jewish rabbi. Encourage Micah to practice his religious belief and practice by reminding him of the routines, for example giving grace before meal times. Respect his decision if he refuses to take part with a religious practice. Social aspect. Goal of care, to be able to strengthen the client's social skills. Plan of action. 1. Know the cause of aggression. 2. Pharmacological and complementary treatments, relaxation techniques. 3. Encourage family visit. 4. Encourage client to participate in the activities in the care home by including Jewish culture in a particular activity. Emotional aspect. 1. Goal of care, to encourage good communication bet. Staff and the client. Plan of action. 1. Ask the family to act as an interpreter if there is some difficulties in communication. 2. Use pictures or symbols which are familiar with staff and the client. Picture of toilet or food. Goal of care, to be able to uphold the client's personal decision. Plan of action. 1. Include the client in the decision-making process. He is considered to be the head of the family. 2. In providing options, make sure that it still promotes the client's best interest. Sunrise model. Now we will apply this model in the scenario of Mr. X. Kinship and social factors. Prior to illness, Mr. is really sociable. Mr. has 4 sons and 5 daughters. After admission, behavior changed from being sociable to being aggressive. Cultural and life way. Preservation of own culture, family loyalty, history and identity. Religious and philosophical. Orthodox Jew. Influences healthcare system and practices, include the family in decision-making. The main goal in the provision of care for the client should lead to his best interest, include the client's religious preference in the plan of care. Lay care system. Prayers and rituals as parts of treatment modalities. Professional care system. There are conflicting decisions between family members regarding Mr. X's end-of-life care. Now we are going to compare the two models. Sunrise model. Self-awareness is not mentioned. In order to attain cultural awareness, there should be an interrelation of different factors. Papadopoulos, Tilke and Taylor model. A significant part of the model includes self-awareness. Cultural competence is a step-by-step process. However, the two models aim to increase healthcare providers' cultural knowledge. Both promotes person-centered care,